Did you guys know the XFL got purchased?
By Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne
What?
The Rock.
Dane didn't know this. He had
You
no
didn't
clue.
know that The Rock just bought the XFL?
Wait. How much do you think he paid?
At least like $300.
No,
At least.
way off.
Uh,
Take a guess.
I don't know. 17 billion.
Right? You would think something just crazy, right?
Yeah.
15 million.
Okay, so it's not going anywhere.
Less than half of Tom Brady's salary this season. Tom Brady could have purchased the XFL
Yeah, but
for half of his salary this year.
he might have all of those rings, but he is not the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
I'll give you that. I would give you that.
Very well played.
He's already posting about it on Instagram.
I was trying to think of what the electrifying man joke would be. Did The Rock get electrocuted?
Well, he will be in the upcoming movie he'll be in. Dun, dun,
I
dun,
forgot
dun,
about that.
He's in a movie?
Yeah, he's going to be
Black
playing
Adam.
Black Adam. He's
Yeah, The Rock is an actor.
Spoiler.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dane Holland.
I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer.
Marcus Whitaker.
Richard the Rooster Laws.
And this is Nerd It Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. I'm just going to go ahead and spoil the whole episode. We're bringing you movies today. All four of us. We don't know what each one of us is going to talk about, but we all know that it's in the category of movies. So if you hate movies, which I know there are a lot of you out there that you just don't care for them,
My dad.
come back next week. Yes.
My
He hates
dad,
movies?
My dad literally hates anything that's not Martin Scorsese or some kind of gangster movie.
That's a movie.
But yet he sat and watched The Irishman on Netflix that was like a 4-hour-long movie and didn't get out of his recliner.
All right, Fuzzy, if you're listening, we'll see you next week.
And thank you.
I'm going to start us off here by talking a little bit about the new superhero movies that I'm looking forward to watching. And the ones I'll probabobbit ... Prawley. Not going to really worry about. I couldn't remember how to spell probably last night whenever I was jotting down some notes extra for this, and so I just shorthanded it to Prawley.
Probobopped it.
Probabobbit.
That's it.
You've been texting too much for way too long.
Exactly. It
Your
tells
brain
me,
autocorrects.
It tells me how to spell. I've got some, starting off here, just the list of things that I'm looking forward to in the superhero movie world. Definitely Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know enough about it to give you specific reasons to why. I know Kristen Wiig's going to be in it. I know she's going to be playing Cheetah. I've not seen her in a villain kind of role before. She's mostly just been like female comedy. I'm thinking...
What's the difference in female comedy and comedy?
Well, she's a female.
Explain. No, hold on.
She's a female and comedy.
So if
Like-
she were a guy, we'd call it male comedy.
Well, if they're like, yeah.
Get out. No.
Get out.
Get out.
Kick him out.
What would you
Leave right now.
Get him
what would
outta
you
here.
refer to as the Hangover? They're on a bachelor party, just like Bridesmaids. They were all shitting in the street.
I love Bridesmaids. I love that movie.
It's coming out like lava. The sinks had it. But no, I really do like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and I'm super excited to see what's going on with this one. Just because I've not read up anything plot wise, I've not watched any trailers for it. The best that I can do is just tell you that it looks really cool, and that it's got the cheetah in it. So, I mean, cheetah and Wonder
I'm a
Woman.
fan of that.
Hers. Did the first Wonder Woman come out before Aquaman, or was that after?
It came out before Aquaman.
Before Aquaman?
Yeah.
It was kind of a turning point for a lot of DC film critics. I think like it was the only one that I heard anybody saying anything good about it.
Yeah.
Because Man of Steel is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Great
I probably
movie
have a
there,
whole
too.
episode about it.
Yeah.
And Batman v Superman, like that was after.
How do you know
before.
her name?
Is that before?
What?
I don't remember.
How do you know her
Batman v
name?
Superman.
Yeah.
It's 2016. So
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Wonder Woman was like just one of the first DC
It was a great movie.
live action films that people actually said something good about here and there.
This is the first time hearing about 1984. Didn't even know that we're making it.
Yep.
So
it's gonna
that makes me excited.
If you can guess the year that it's gonna be in, I will give you an entire
2020.
Oh,
All right, moving on to the next one. That's going to be Black Widow. I'm excited to see Black Widow because
I don't care.
here's the thing.
You don't care that he's excited?
No, you
That's what I
just
heard.
don't care for Black Widow.
No.
She's fine. I just don't think
She
they
is.
gave her enough in the films for me to care. I know this is them giving her enough,
That's her
but it's
gi-
already after I don't care already.
Why don't you care though?
Wait, you didn't? So you didn't cling
Her,
to her?
oh
enough?
my
her,
gosh,
and, no,
tell
her
me.
and Hawkeye. Like I felt very
Well,
disconnected.
that's the
from
thing that I would like to see in the movie. Like it's a backstory kind of explanation piece
Right.
of Black Widow, and you're going to be having things like, rehashing the Budapest instance. This reminds me of Budapest. Oh, you remember Budapest very differently. One of those things. So maybe give us a little explanation, but also show us like maybe the transformation of what she, started out as like like a kid, and then trained and hurt and beaten. So,
The dark side of Black Widow.
yeah. The
darker side of black. There you go. That's the movie title.
Do
I'm sure
not.
they'll
The
go with that.
Widowmaker.
do not Google search Darker Side of Black. You will not like what you
I
find.
don't
Or you
know.
might.
Yeah.
You
Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I'm excited to see this purely on curiosity. I don't really... in theaters, watching Justice League, it seemed like a foul ball. Like, you made full contact, and you were so excited about it. But then it just veers off a little bit. And it didn't...
It was confused about itself just because when you have two different
Well, it had so many good
directors in
moments,
one
too.
movie,
yeah.
like it's I don't know. I enjoyed it still.
But it just stops. Like it's like it gets you interested in one part of it, and then it's just like, let's just.
But in the Snyder Cut of things, you're going to be having a new take on pretty much the whole film. I mean, they're not using any of the who was it that Whedon? Was it Whedon
I
or
think
was
so.
it
Yeah.
Was
Because
it
I
Whedon?
Joss Whedon?
feel like the whole point of that was to kind of make it more like the Marvel movies,
Yeah, and
which is what I hate about these major production movies. They're all awesome and the technology's amazing, but then how do they think that they can have a cohesive like piece of art if you're just it's so disjointed like that? Because that
idea.
to me is just like production.
Not to mention the
studio
CGI
intervening.
mustache. And I mean that,
Yes.
like, and I thought I saw that in theaters. Like, it was pointed out to me later, and it was very obvious. But I was like, something's off about it. Like,
Weird
what's-
about his face.
What's going on here?
It was pretty weird.
But yeah, I'm excited to see that. It's also going to kind of be able to do whatever it wants to, and not have to worry about the impact or further implications on the furthering DC universe, because it's been labeled as an Elseworlds movie. So that means it's existing outside of canon, and it can do what it wants to. And they're being really tight-lipped about it as well. So I mean, there's rumors and little snippets that he'll do to kind of let out like hints about Green Lanterns and hints about this. So there's no telling what's actually going to be in it, but it's going to be coming out on HBO. So
What's weird about canon when it comes to superhero universes is like everything can be canon. It's just a different universe.
timeline.
Like you can say, yeah, of course this happened. Not on the one that everyone knows as the main.
Right. Earth 73. That's where it happened at.
Yeah, there you go. Like, no, this happened on Earth 73. Like, it actually happened, but it didn't. So they need to take advantage of this movie-wise, because you can make whatever you want.
Yes.
Right.
Just give different versions of all these characters doing
yeah, and
anything.
whatever you do, don't pull a Crisis on Infinite Earths like the television did.
But do
That
you
was
think
hot, stinky,
I can still smell
burning,
it.
fecal garbage. It was bad.
Don't
And-
watch it.
No, because literally,
I didn't know.
Literally,
I didn't know.
you can see the best parts of the entire show, the entire series, within a 15-minute span of like 1 minute cameos. Like, literally, all the cool spots in that entire thing were just the cameo and the snippets that they had of people in there that you're like getting to see them rehash their old roles in the DC universe. Like, even Burt Ward, the original, the Robin from the Batman and Robin with Adam West, he was in there. You know, just stuff like that. And it was cool to see, but then the rest of it was hot, stinking, fecal, garbage.
So watch 15 minutes of it.
No, get on YouTube and type in cameos from Crisis on Infinite Earths.
and there you go. That'll
And
be
that's
it.
what you
That's
need
all
to
you
watch.
need.
There's no plot that's worth having. There's no acting that's worth remembering. There's a Batwoman that Ruby Rose. She's an attractive lady, and I enjoyed her in The Orange Is the New Black. I was like, okay, cool. This is going to be fun. You know, hot, stinking, fecal garbage. All right. Continuing on here.
I'm not going to watch it. Not
Continuing
going to waste my time.
Continuing on here, I'm going to go to the part of the list that are the superhero movies that I probably won't care about. And that's going to be Morbius.
No clue.
Morbius from Spider-Man.
He's a vampire.
Now,
You didn't know about the vampire in Spider-Man?
Now,
Yeah.
Granted, it is. In my childhood, I only possessed a handful of comics, just because they were all hand-me-downs from my brother, and I was never around a comic store and stuff like that. So my first go at getting comic books were hand-me-downs from my brother. One of my favorite ones that I had was a limited edition, special edition. Ghost Rider comic book with a 3D pop out in the middle of Ghost Rider v Morbius. So that's how I know who Morbius is that well, because he was just like one of the first things that I saw in my childhood. Also, it used to scare me really bad because it was a scary, scary picture.
So you have this wonderful childhood memory of him being one of the first experiences you've ever had in a comic book, and you don't care that he's getting a live action movie now.
Explanation.
Not
time.
at all.
Explanation.
Terrified
time.
him, he said.
Two words on why I'm not excited for that.
Terrified.
Jared Leto.
Oof.
Oh, no.
That's
There.
rough.
See, no.
Is he singing?
No. See, that's what I
He's
said.
talented.
And I've got that in my notes section
Is he?
here, and I'm going to read it word for word here. It says Jared Leto. Period. Music fun. Period. Acting.
It's left open.
It's
left
just a blank notebook from that point on.
That's because I mean, I think he got the short end of the stick in the Suicide Squad stuff. I think that his Joker could have been a cool rendition on it, but it kind of just got passed over really quickly by Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, it was not, a year and a half, 2 years later that Joker is completely wiped off.
We don't know how much that was Leto's fault as far as his
Yeah,
acting
apparently-
abilities go.
Apparently, it was a lot of editing,
Editing
and bad
scripts
cuts.
and-
But then there's these stories of him like doing all these weird practical jokes and getting like way too into it. So I don't know.
Oh, how
he
dare
seems
you
like one of
want
those kind of
somebody like
guys
that
who's
for the
gonna.
Joker?
How dare you method act?
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard about the gifts thing that he was doing too, and I was like,
Is that method acting?
is
That's
it?
not method
Yeah.
acting. That's just being a weirdo.
Yeah, that's.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, yes.
What about you? Wait, if you were a method actor, how far would you go?
I would go. I would get there. As far as you have to go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm
like
all in.
that's like Benedict Cumberbatch going into that comic book store in New York whenever they were having to do some filming for the new Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that
I
that
did.
little clip? And
That
he
was
walked
so cool.
in there and he was in full voice and everything. And they said, "Well, if you're here, though, you got to make sure that you're," because he was like, "You guys need anybody else to work here? I need a job. While I'm in town." And they're like, "Yeah, but you've got to speak in the American accent the whole time." He said, "Oh yeah, while I'm in this costume, I can't break the American accent, so we're good on that."
That's cool. That's really cool.
Okay, moving on to the next one, just because I know literally nothing about Morbius. I mean, aside from
That was good, though.
But I mean, seriously, that's sad that it throws me off enough just to know that Jared Leto's so hit or miss on his acting. I mean, Dallas Buyers Club, double thumbs up on that. Super cool. If nobody's seen that, I mean, he's like a he/she thing. I don't know what the actual gender proclamation is that he's trying to pull off in that. It's again it's not a. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. But then you've got the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Wait, you say you don't care that the Batman's coming out?
I don't give one.
I wanna
I want to watch it.
Okay, let me tell you.
Watch it.
Let me tell you about every movie I've ever seen Robert Pattinson in.
This is your fault, not his.
Let me tell you about every movie I've seen Robert Pattinson in, aside from one.
They were the same movie.
Hot, stinking, fecal, garbage.
Now, wait.
They
let
get
me, let
so
me
much
say
more
one,
intense each time.
Let me say one thing about those movies. I did watch them all. Okay. I
All of
did.
Robert Pattinson's catalog, just period, just all of them.
Every one of
I
them.
watched all of them. I got on this
Everyone.
kick one weekend,
In one night.
and I watched all of Robert Pattinson's movies.
Have you not?
Continue.
They're halfway bad. Not the worst. They're halfway bad.
Have you seen The King?
As a collective?
Which one?
The King
No.
with Timothy
He was
Chalamet?
awful. Robert
thought it was
Pattinson's
cool.
role in that was just
I
like,
thought it was cool. I mean, yeah, he's the butt of the joke, though.
That's
so
the
maybe
point.
that's why it works.
no.
Yeah.
He did a bad job.
What about The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe? Or is that what it's called? The Lighthouse?
That's one that I've heard that if anyone really wants me to know how good of an actor he is
Right.
to watch that.
Right.
Okay.
And I still haven't
Well,
done it.
I'd like to watch it.
I need to make a note of that in my notebook because I've not seen that, and it's going to take a lot to change my perspective. Also, quick thing about it, I'm too big of a Batfleck fan to be able to easily turn my alliances over to accepting that he's going to be a good Batman, even though he did play a good role. This is a note that I had to make just so I would remember to tell you. Jacob Jankowski, or Jankowski. Jacob Jankowski.
Are these all different people?
Water for Elephants.
Water for Elephants.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a boohoo movie, though.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, touchy in the feels. No.
Don't say it.
I'm doing it right now.
No.
He's doing it.
I'm touching the fields.
I'm going to move on from that one, too, just because I can talk about,
Water
why,
for Elephants.
why I don't like the idea of changing over from, because Ben Affleck, in my opinion, was probably my favorite Batman that I've seen, aside from Michael Keaton. X-Men, The New Mutants.
Yes.
This is the shortest one of all of it. I mean, honestly. I don't know anything but X-Men physically hurt me to watch and think about spending money on it. The last X-Men movies that we've saw in theaters, like Apocalypse, there's a description that I can think of to describe X-Men Apocalypse in the
boy.
theaters. In case you don't, it's not a big deal.
Hold on, I got to turn your volume down a little bit before you tell us.
What do you think?
Hot. Stinking. Fecal. Garbage.
Oh, that's good. So, the fandom, DC's fandom. I don't know if any of you know anything about that. That's coming up. It's like
It's a gathering.
it's similar to like an E3, like announcing upcoming things, but it's all DC related, and it's going to be digital, and you can like join in and watch it for free. So it's like this huge presentation of like all the things coming up soon. And I feel if we all watch that, there'll probably be
That'd be
enough
pretty neat
content
thing.
in that
When
for
is
us
that
to have an
happening?
entire episode about. August the 22nd, maybe?
Can't do it that day.
I don't care.
Okay.
You're doing it.
They actually had their first little teaser featured in that, I think, of what Black Adam is going to be like.
Oh, boy.
And I didn't watch it because it literally said teaser for Black Adam.
Yeah, August 22nd. So I think we'll probably have a whole episode after that about just all the fun and the exciting and the awful looking things that we're going to see in it. But
Cringe. Oh, okay. So I wanted to talk about an unsung hero of Star Wars.
oh boy.
I know, we're going back to the Star Wars. Does anybody know who
Is-
Ben Burt is?
Okay, now I'm real excited. No.
You've just pulled out some stuff. Let me hear.
Okay, well, we all know what a lightsaber sounds like, right?
I wish I had mine in here. I could do that. Okay,
Yeah, exactly. So, we're little kids. We picking up sticks in the yard, and we're imitating these iconic sound effects.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, and
That's-
really have no idea like what they actually are.
Yeah, that was a motorcycle.
Yeah, what was that one?
That was my lightsaber as a kid.
Vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
Wow.
Your
Tell
motorcycle.
me you didn't say vroom, vroom. Go ahead.
No, it's
I said
zoom.
Yeah.
You didn't know that as a kid.
Because You know, so he was a projectionist. Ben Burt, my unsung hero of Star Wars. So he's the sound designer. He's down
out.
over here.
He's out.
I missed what
Yeah,
was
Shazam is out. He's done for.
What are you losing it over?
It's the Roosters vroom vroom. It's vroom. He's
Yeah.
got that vroom vroom lights.
It's the Ford edition.
Use the Ford, Luke.
Use the Ford.
Luke, use the Ford.
You were watching the demo version, I think.
Yeah, well,
Because so he was a projectionist before he got this job, and so there was these two motors that were like running his projection machine to project movies onto screens, and so that was like the bass sound, just this bass hum. He said they almost kind of had this little harmony.
thank you.
So there is a kind of a vroom going on.
There's
But
a
he
spoiler.
said-
Spoiler.
But your lightsaber wouldn't be very dangerous.
No.
Because he said that's the thing. Like, you know, we had this bass sound for the lightsaber, and it was just this endless kind of sound, just endlessly looping. And then he was like dragging his microphone across a TV screen one time, and he got this weird little crackle that he recorded, added to that to make it sound more dangerous, to make it sound like it was actually gonna hurt you. And
That's
then
the
to
stable,
get like
like
the movements from it and stuff, he would basically just play that sound on a speaker and take a microphone, like a directional microphone, and just like waving a microphone around while he's watching the movie, getting all these swings.
Foley is amazing. I absolutely love
Yeah,
adding sounds
right.
made of other things. Like,
Yeah.
it's
That sounds
Well, and
incredible.
I think aren't what you're talking about the actual process of doing that while watching,
yeah.
Right.
Like the lightsaber sound, like him
right?
inserting a sound that's not actually there.
And so that was actually the first one he made for Star Wars.
The first sound
the very
he ever
first
made.
sound he made for Star Wars,
that
and he nailed it.
Yeah.
And we still
Oh, yeah.
kind of basically use the same.
Oh
one.
yeah. Yeah. It's one of the most iconic Star Wars sounds besides the opening.
sounds period.
Yeah.
I remember
opening.
Ewan McGregor was on an interview talking about how they did training for their lightsaber fights and everything else like that. And he said that literally while you're doing your lightsaber training fights, you're making those noises.
Yeah.
He said
You just get so into it.
He said that it's like you know it's happening. He said even though you're doing your training and your fighting choreography with these these painted sticks. He said the whole time you're just. He said I mean I can do them right now. He said I could turn it on, and he goes. And you'll have to look that up.
I could see Hayden Christensen now in the background just
no.
going.
Oh gosh.
Using the Ford.
Yeah.
He doesn't like sand.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Just big spoiler right
He
there.
doesn't like sand.
So R2D2. Actually, what's your
Hold
favorite?
on, he's got to interrupt
besides-
you real quick.
okay.
Go ahead. No,
he's
go
gonna make
ahead.
a sound effect
Yeah.
of his own.
Yeah, go ahead. Was that worth it?
No.
Was that
No,
worth this?
it wasn't.
I want to hear what this is
No.
about R2.
And
I'm
here-
in. I'm
It's nothing.
in this.
It's okay.
He's ruined the moment.
Yeah.
Go clean yourself off.
It smells bad.
We'll sit there.
I am.
Don't move.
It's a podcast.
I want to know about
Rub
R2.
his nose in it. Well, R2, just imagine trying to, like, being tasked with coming up. I mean, he basically is R2, this guy, because George Lucas has a script, and it says R2 beeps and responds to 3PO. That's it. No dialogue, no little lines.
Yeah.
He's not speaking words. So he's got his, like, 70s version of a synthesizer, and he,
Synthesizer.
Right. It's a synthesizer, but then that just wasn't enough for them. George was never satisfied with it, and they would be in the room together, and apparently George would just keep making these noises, and then like he would try to, mimic them and stuff, and then they were just like, why aren't we using these sounds? So they like combined the voices that they were making for R2 with their voices with the synthesizers as well.
So it's actually a recorded voice. doing-
Some of it, yeah.
It's a
Oh, that's
50-50
really cool.
mix. It's a synthesizer and like human voice and like some
For the more expressive
Yep.
parts of R2. And the stuff that he came up with before that, they used for like all the other kind of minor other droids. The ones
Okay.
that we don't care about,
R5.
really. The ones that blow up.
To me, the longer you watch Star Wars, and this is just about being a crazy person,
Yes.
but you start to where you can almost almost understand him.
Oh,
Right.
you know what he's, you can feel him.
Yeah.
Even the new droids in the new movies, you get introduced to them, and from where you're around R2, you're just like, I get it.
Some
Right.
sounds
I get
R2
it.
makes, I feel, if I didn't, like, if I had
Well,
never
we
even
can
seen
tell
it.
when he's sad.
Yeah.
When he's like mad and angry.
Oh, yeah. Or
You
when
know,
he's excited to yeah, I don't know. 'Cause
And
we
it's
have,
brilliant. It's brilliant.
It is.
This is why he's an unsung hero of Star
He is.
Wars.
Yeah.
He is R2D2
Yeah.
in a sense. So 3PO was different. So he's wearing the suit, and so they couldn't keep like any of his audio went from the set. And honestly, and they said most of his scenes they actually had to go back and take some of the other actors out and replay their audio over the track too, because there's so many clanks and clips of his plastic suit.
Oh, yeah.
And so really this one's not very impressive, other than he would take his recorded audio, play it on the set, and record it like from a speaker on the set, just to kind of what he called worldize it. And so that's kind of a theme of what he'll do for all these kind of iconic voices, like Vader eventually had to be overdubbed again as well. But then he's playing their audio that they recorded from a speaker on the set to where you can sound like it's like bouncing off the walls, to where it actually feels like it's in the world.
Okay, so he's in the location where the scene was shot
Right.
originally, so
Yeah.
that way he can
Or
get
just
the
in
exact-
some sort of
or
maybe just
something
in a
similar.
studio, something to put it in the world. He would say, because the studio sound was too clean
Okay.
and stuff.
Oh, like a white noise, like the scene is.
Well, yeah, just think if we had a speaker
Yeah.
in here and we were picking up the audio with
Right.
this and then laying that over. So it's like instead of just that really clean studio production, he wanted to dirty it up and put it through a speaker and then mic that speaker
Okay.
in a space.
So basically, we would take that, recording of our last episode, and we'll put me yelling for my mom to get off the phone so I can use the computer. We'll put that in the corner and see if it
Far away from us.
See if it
Right.
maxes
See if
out
it works.
again and hurts everybody's
Do,
ears.
do
I'd
you
like to
cover Vader?
apologize
Yeah,
for hurting
yeah.
everybody's ears last episode. That wasn't my intention.
Yeah, with 3PO's voice, it makes sense for it to sound not super clean, because it is like this old, kind of rusted out pieces, like battled pieces of equipment that he's made of.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
his vocal speaker.
Well, you remember where he's built?
Oh yeah,
The junk shop.
yeah.
So-
he's John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a junk droid.
He's a junk, yeah.
A shiny
Just has some
junk
shiny
droid, but-
plating
You
put
might not
around him.
recognize me because of my new arm.
Yeah. His red arm.
Have any of y'all seen like the original Vader like voice like from the set?
Weird.
Yeah,
I don't think I
Don't.
have.
because you mentioned
Was
Vader.
it James Earl Jones that
No.
was
No,
doing it?
it was the actor in the suit, and he had like this.
okay.
What was it, like Welsh accent or
Ah.
something? Like
Imagine Darth Vader the entire time. Yeah, talking like Michael Caine.
Luke, I am your father. Yeah,
I
like
want
that.
them alive.
We burn the forest moon down.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the similar thing there, where they had to kind of when they finally got James Earl Jones to do it, they would worldize him as well. So they had to kind of put first of all they had to put his breathing track, and then just have him deliver his lines just over that steady breathing track, which I thought was cool. It's like a scuba. What does it say?
It's a scuba.
Filter or a scuba tank regulator.
That's cool.
But then he would like record himself breathing in
Differently.
it, and then slowed it way down. Because so basically he'd be taking these sharper breaths, and then to get the more Vader sound, he would slow it way down. Because apparently when he saw that Vader was like this mechanical being, he had him beeping and clicking and clacking, and every time Vader was on the screen, first of all, you've got this weird accented guy who didn't make the cut. Like his audio just obviously didn't make it. He's not Vader. He was the body of Vader, just not the voice. And so I just thought that was funny. I would like to see that cut of Darth Vader just being this
bad.
clanking robot who has this terrible accent.
It takes away all the fear in
Yes,
his character whatsoever.
yes. I just think
he's
that'd
like
be so
a
funny.
Jar Jar.
It goes from the most intimidating member of the Sith that we got introduced to like trash can man.
Right.
Are
Because they
you
said it was so
trash can
distracting.
man?
But just imagine, that's how close it was
To being messed up.
for them to just ruin Star Wars. Because apparently some of the film crew filming this movie are like giggling in the background. Like they think it's just the dumbest thing. Like they're just laughing at everything. Like there's a Wookiee, there's a tall, hairy bear man walking around, and they just thought it was funny.
Dad,
It's him.
Dad.
Y'all never guess what the TIE Fighters, that sound of the TIE Fighters.
Oh.
When you hear it,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, of course. But I would just never have thought it.
I bet you it's a slinky on a metal pan.
No, that's the blasters.
Oh, it is,
Slinky,
isn't it?
Slinky's the blaster.
The Blasters is my favorite.
Yeah, but tell me
How it was
what's
made.
making a TIE fighter?
An elephant. Stock elephant audio.
It's just an elephant.
Just
Well,
like
I'm not saying that because I think for some of the ship passes he actually used some World War II actual fighters.
Okay.
But then he'd slow those down as well to make them more long and drawn out. It's actually one of the first things we hear of his sound design on A New Hope was the rebel ship being chased.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no,
Vroom.
but can you not hear him now in your head? That like, but yeah, so apparently he said that's one of the only because they had access to all these databases of Fox's studios. So, so he actually recycled some from the older Fox movies of like these just elephant screeches.
They got a lot of stuff from their database as far as like their sounds.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure they did. This is the only one he talked about in particular that he like recycled.
It's like having a huge costume like wardrobe, but for sound. You're just like,
Right,
okay, we
right.
need something like this. Well, we don't have to go travel to record it.
It's right here.
Yeah. So,
Well,
I think it
and
wasn't an indie film.
They apparently George Lucas on the set, I guess maybe Tunisia, somewhere on location, that they found these what are them mules, and he heard them, and he like just made the sound guys go and record them, and those end up being the Tusken Raiders.
I would love working for him
I
because
know.
you're just somewhere random, and he's like, "Get over there! You see those ants?"
And they're just going around talking to each other, bleep 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 bleep, like making these weird noises at each other. It had to be so strange.
you get this this couple eating at a buffet and they're speaking a foreign language. You're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Stick a microphone in their face.
We need to get the sound of the spaghetti.
So when Vader crushes that guy's throat at the beginning, apparently it was like walnuts and like some sort of grapefruit that they just
So for crack
Squeeze.
and squish.
Huh?
So for like
a
crack,
crack
and
and a
squish.
squish. Yes.
That's human
How
body.
brilliant. How
Human
brilliant
body.
is
That's
that?
good.
do.
I didn't know that one.
Walnuts
That's
and a grapefruit.
good. Wow.
Awful
so good.
flavor combo.
We need to overdub the sound effects of the
I'm
movie.
trying.
just
For
with
each
stuff in
one
the
of these,
house.
every time he says what they do, dub the sound in.
Oh no, we
Oh,
lost him
what has
again.
he done?
Vroom.
What has he done?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about what if Richard's lightsaber came out and it was a Ferrari engine just
It works.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get this under control. This is awesome.
He's over two.
What have you done?
But my favorite one, and I'm done after this, was the blasters. So like a guide wire for a radio tower is what he used. And he was just he said he was hiking up a mountain one day and his bag caught on one, and he heard it, and then he was just like he had to just get his mic out and start recording it, and so he was just tapping it with metal, and that's where we're basically the sound of the blasters, like almost unedited. I'm sure they edited it some.
And they also took a slinky and stretched it out really far down from a ladder to do that sound as well.
Really?
To do blaster noises.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just heard him talking about how and there's even a video of him doing it,
Yeah.
which is cool. And because you can actually hear it, he's just tapping it. It's like, pew!
Yeah.
Like, whoa! That sound exists in real life.
In real life. Not in a galaxy far, far away.
Where they have Ferraris.
They do.
Ferrari away.
Yeah.
No, don't give me that.
No?
No, that was a stretch.
No. We don't stretch before. You know this.
Is that?
I just
Yeah. Unless I thought one little thing could maybe give some cool lore implications just based on the sound design. So the Death Star has like this rhythmic like beat, like heartbeat almost, which I thought was cool, and I wanted you to hear about because I know you're a massive Star Wars fan. And the Force like has this low rumble that they like basically earthquake audio.
It's based off the hum, right? What's that? The what's it called?
Oh,
The hum of the earth,
of the
like
planet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. That's what it's based off of. And like that's what that
Right.
little sound is, right?
Right.
I think I could be
Yeah.
completely wrong.
I just
on
thought that was cool for
Yeah.
like in a lore sense.
That's really
But
neat.
that's
It's like it pulses with everyone.
Yeah, Ben Burt, the true
What a man.
MVP
The actual.
Thank you, Ben.
of Star Wars.
Yeah, but without the sounds he made, it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be as
And
memorable.
there's actually quite a bit on YouTube about him. So Go watch it. It's really cool, inspiring.
I wouldn't hate the Ewoks as much if it wasn't for him. So, thank you again. One of my favorite moments is when that one dies.
You
Just
finally
that
get
one.
your wish.
That was a Jawa.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't a Jawa.
My favorite is
Yeah.
Those are the mules.
You know what they do with it also though? They throw other animals. So it's a mule, and I think it's layered over with like 4 or 5 other animals played in reverse. Mm-hmm. It's something like just crazy weird. Like
Also, during my research on this, I saw some Jurassic Park ones, and apparently all of those sound effects are animals just in heat. Like, just really ready.
oh, he nasty.
I am.
I'm gonna go home and watch. They're on Netflix. I'm gonna
So
go home and watch
imagine
all the
you're
Jurassic
sitting
Park.
at your house watching Jurassic Park, and the dogs hear the like the dinosaur just.
And it's
That explains why they watch it though.
right.
It does. They're just into it.
Play Jurassic Park for all your pets.
Yeah. That's a good. It actually. So my topic is more about something that 3 of us are a part of, and 1 of us is not yet.
Trailer-free champions.
Trailer-free champions.
Thank you.
You have to single me out.
Well, you're the
You
only
did this
one.
to
I'm
yourself.
already
You
the
had to-
reluctant one.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna convert you. Just
All
wait.
right.
I figured we could just talk about the movie that did it for us, and maybe a few other ones that kind of ruined other movies. I don't know if you guys remember Sweeney Todd, right? 2007. Did you guys ever watch a trailer for it?
Nope.
No.
Actually,
You know-
maybe I did. Yeah, because I
Gave-
probably wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't.
It gave
It looked too
no,
spooky for me. I
It
see a
gave
man
no
with
hints.
scissors on his fingers and
No hints.
That was a different. That was.
I'm sorry.
No, that's Edward Scissorhands.
That was
Yeah,
Edward
yeah, that's what
Scissorhands.
you're talking about.
The
Yeah,
Demon
no,
Barber.
no.
Oh no, I know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd was
He's way off.
his name. Edward Scissorhands is the name of the movie.
Edward Scissors Hands.
Yeah. No, I'm here.
He's
You're
lost it.
100%.
Yeah, I'm lost too
Fully
now.
understand.
He's lost it.
You're talking about the Demon Barber of
Yeah.
something street.
Fleet Street.
Fleet Street.
Yeah.
Fleet Street.
I only know that from The Office.
Do you know in the trailer, it gives no hints that it's a musical?
Oh wow.
Not a one.
Because
Oh,
nobody would have came and saw
that's
it.
interesting.
That
Yeah,
was one of the
that's-
biggest complaints
Except for
as
me.
people went and watched it and was like, what the heck is this? Like, why are they singing?
Does that
Throughout
give
the
me
whole
more
movie.
nerd credit that I loved that it was a musical?
See,
or does
I
that
did
make
too.
me look worse?
No, I liked it too. I loved the movie.
I
That
think
didn't
it would've-
bother me
it
at
would
all.
have been a lot more boring without the musical aspect.
I
I think so too. Yeah.
But just think of how poor that is. Like,
Worst
you watch that
pies in
trailer,
London.
bam,
Beautiful. It's great.
none
I
of
love
it in
that
there
movie.
though. Another movie?
You at this table.
Well, because I throw
It's
my
his,
hand.
It's his energy.
It's the energy. I'm being contained to an area. It's
needs-
these plastic cases between us. I
We'll,
just
we'll
he's
record
a-
outside in the grass.
He's a
please.
peacock. You gotta
Can we
let
do
him
this?
fly.
Can we?
Okay, go on.
Cabin in the Woods. Did you guys watch that one? Phenomenal movie. It has this great plot twist at the end. The trailer tells you that it's just a standard horror movie.
Yep.
And it is not.
It's not.
Not going to ruin anything for you. Go watch the trailer. And go watch the movie. You will be surprised.
Yep. And there will probably be people very upset because they're going in there with a preconceived notion.
Yes.
That's the idea of why we don't watch trailers.
And the final 30 minutes of the movie, you just sit there and you're like,
what?
am I tripping acid? What's happening?
So do you feel that's a good thing that you watch the trailer first because it set
No.
up your expectations
No.
completely differently?
I actually liked the movie. I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I had heard complaints about the trailer.
Yeah.
It's just one of the movies I remembered as a kid, like people complaining about because the trailer didn't say anything what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
I love the movie. Don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Just like Edward, like too spooky for
Watch
me.
the trailer though, and go watch it. It's
Okay, fine.
trust me.
Never.
Just trust me.
Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind.
Oh yeah,
I love that movie.
so good. I've never seen the trailer for it.
I'm never going to watch a trailer for that because
It'll ruin it. The trailer paints it as a romantic comedy and nothing else.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
That's
great.
great.
I would never go and watch it if I thought it was a romantic comedy.
literally the most depressed times of my life can revolve around me watching that movie just to get the cry out.
Right? Thank you.
It's
See?
a great movie.
It
Great
hurts.
movie.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It really does.
Phenomenal. But it's, the trailer just doesn't do it justice.
But you
Jim
mentioned.
Carrey-
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say Jim Carrey's not just a guy in a Hawaiian shirt talking out of his butthole.
No,
No, he's
He
great.
acts.
That's me.
That'd be what?
But to me, romantic comedy. You mentioned rom coms, and those are
I
like
did.
the worst trailers because
Yes.
they literally show you the whole movie.
And you
It's
haven't
like
converted why?
two interesting people kind of start to flirt. Two interesting people end up making out. Two interesting
Delamitri.
people have to get separated from each other, and they go through dark times. But then there's going to be this final push at the end where they defeat all the odds and get back together. It shows you the whole movie.
Yes.
Look around your world, pretty baby. Is it
And the soundtrack.
everything you hoped it'd be?
But the romantic comedy drama, like slash whatever that it is, that's kind of, it has a cliche layout altogether anyway, because it's what people want.
Right.
It's an
Well, you know what you're
archetypal
getting
story,
into.
yeah.
You know what
So-
you're getting into.
Yeah, I feel like
And so why have to
Yeah.
give it all away?
But you're,
why
that's,
give
that's
me
the thing.
everything?
You're giving why even have a trailer? Why not? Why
I
even
think
do anything?
because I don't know, with you not being the target audience, like I think the trailers are definitely
They're trying to
trailer's-
get people
Well,
in the
yeah.
seats. They're trying to get as many people that they can to come watch the movie.
But why do they want to put every part of the movie that is some type of? I mean,
I agree with you on that.
Well, you know all those people that will talk during a movie and will look at you and be like, what's going to happen now, or what are they going to do now, or what happens next?
Why
with
is he doing
and
this?
Why is he
Yeah.
doing this?
What's happening?
Well, those are the types of people that see these trailers and have enough of the questions that they're going to have answered right off the bat.
Yes.
And then they can go watch the gaps in between the biggest points of the plot, which you've already been given.
you literally say, "I don't know. I've seen nothing. Watch the movie."
Thank you.
That's so mean. He did it to me once, and I just cried for the rest of the film.
2016. We actually talked about the movie just a minute ago. 2016 is when we began this, though. Batman versus Superman.
That was the movie?
That was
Yes.
the
It
movie.
made y'all
that
stop watching trailers
Yep.
Yeah.
We were so disappointed
with the movie.
because of the trailer.
Tell me why. I need to know.
Oh man,
Doomsday. Like
anything. Yeah,
It gave away
It
Doomsday?
gave away
it,
Doomsday.
It showed Doomsday has
Oh,
one
wow.
purpose.
Yeah.
One reason for existing,
To kill
to
Superman.
kill Superman.
Spoiler.
And
Whoops.
yeah,
Not a spoiler.
Jeez.
Hey, there's a statute of limitations, and that statute of limitations is gone for spoiling a movie for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you haven't seen it by
we'll
now,
cover
you
that.
probably
We'll
weren't
cover
going
this.
to.
That
He comes
that
back.
role.
Don't worry. He comes back.
Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
but we all know that too.
Just great.
Well, they couldn't even wait to show you
Oh,
that.
just great.
Like and
Love
Yeah, they
Levitating
tried to do
dirt.
too much in one movie, right? And that's like a lot of people have said that.
yes.
Well, it's not. I mean, they misled us so much in that trailer to make us think it was the Batman scene in the desert. That was a dream scenario.
Actually, it was a different timeline.
There you go.
Oh boy.
See, everything's a different timeline.
Now here we
in
are
DC
again.
Universe.
It was a different timeline, and what he was seeing whenever he was sitting at that desk was Barry Allen popping back from that other timeline because he was using the Speed Force to actually come through at a different paradox.
That Batman exists in another timeline.
Everything
Oh
does.
God!
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Even
it's-
you.
Oh yeah.
DC
Even you.
with their timelines.
But yeah, from that movie, it was Doomsday that, like, why would you show me the biggest threat of all? Which I think Star Wars made the same mistake of revealing Palpatine the way they did with his laugh in the trailer.
Oh,
yeah.
Make him just show up and all of us go,
Right.
"What?"
Yeah, because even being in the theaters, you're talking about Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest, that would have been the biggest shock to everybody if that was just left out. But even those of us who don't watch trailers, we're sitting in the theater having our eyes closed and our fingers plugging up our ears.
We look
and all of a
ridiculous,
sudden
don't
we hear,
Yep.
We just throw our hands in the air like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Son of a bitch!
We tried so hard for so long.
Dang.
Yeah. To not
Now I
have it.
did kind of speculate that he was going to be there,
Right.
but it's more based off of the books and
But-
the comics.
And to have it confirmed like that, though.
That was the worst.
before you even watch the
Yeah,
film.
because it would have been so gratifying to sit there and be like, man, I've read all this material that they put out. I've put so much time into it, and this is what I think is going to happen. And it actually happening is like gratifying because it's like I put the time in to read it. I've thought about it. I've connected the dots. This is what I think. And then it happening, you feel great about it. And to have it ruined while watching a different movie, while I'm trying to not listen to anything, and as soon as I see it go dark, be like, "Oh, cool! I can let go of my ears now and open my eyes." You hear it, and it's just like
no. I bet that was actually painful for
it
you.
was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
for
was.
all of us.
we were all in the same movie when
Yeah.
that happened, and we all threw our hands up
Yep.
just angry.
Yeah. I mean, I have a similar vein in my fandom. I mean, because there was a time where I was like, I'm not going to let Game of Thrones, the show, spoil me for the books. But
That's
know
a
how that
sensitive
turned
topic.
out.
Let's just talk about that another time, please.
Okay,
That's sensitive.
I can agree to that.
Thank you.
I can totally agree to that. Except, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You ever have sex for like you're straight and you don't at the end?
I think my nephew listens to this, so I'm gonna take that
You can
out.
just go ahead and edit that last part out.
splash it in.
We just
splash
edited
it
out
up.
a dirty joke, y'all.
Yeah, hold on.
There we go.
That's my mark.
Clap in, clap out.
That's going to show you the spike.
No spike.
It was an awful
No.
ending.
But it also goes to video games. There's some video games that like I'll know they'll come out, and I'll look at the cinematic trailer or something like that. But I don't like watching game footage of them. I like to see the game footage or like the actual plot line play out in the game.
I'm trying to think of a video game trailer that spoiled anything for me, but I can't. I think they normally do a pretty good job
It's not.
of storyline being
Yeah,
contained.
it's more. I don't like to see gameplay of some games, like the newest Jedi, Fallen Jedi, the newest Star Wars one.
Yeah.
I only watched one cinematic, didn't watch any gameplay, nothing else.
Right.
Seen one cinematic, and I was like, all right, I'll go. Same thing for
Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Same thing. Watched it. He did it.
Yeah.
I seen his eyes pop up.
Wogue Squad.
Rogue Squadron.
Wogue Squad.
I was trying to get some Pepsi,
Get your
and I
Pepsi.
was trying to not
Drink your Pepsi.
Drink your
pop it
Pepsi.
open next
Focus
to the
on your
mic.
Wogue Squadron.
Well, you're spending $60 on some of these games, and it's nice to have a brand new experience everywhere you go in the game instead of looking, because a lot of people watch so much game footage before they purchase a game. It's like, you've already seen all this.
You already know
Like,
the decisions you need to make.
it feels so good to walk through, because the way you do in that game for some areas is you have to like press yourself up against this wall, like in these caves, and you're making your way through it. It's a really cool, smooth animation, and when you come out on the other side, sometimes it's this like epic looking area, and I want to be able to turn a corner and see something
for the first time.
right. And because when you're playing these games, you're in it, you are that character experiencing it, if you get that into it whenever you're playing it. But
Oh, we do.
and it's nice
Definitely.
to just experience things for the first time while you're controlling the character.
That's why I'm pumped about the next Elder Scrolls that comes out. I'm seeing how long you can go without saying anything.
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scroats? I already got scolded for making one joke earlier.
Let the man drink his Pepsi.
This is a Pepsi addiction that's happening right now. That's what the problem is.
The Elder Scroats.
I think it's coming out next year, is it?
Dropping next fall.
Oh boy.
Gross.
We like to have fun here.
No one's having fun.
Okay. You're right. This is a terrible time.
No one's having
Keep
fun.
it wowing. Just keep it wowing.
Keep rolling.
But I think that I enjoy, like, I'm just one of those random people that enjoyed watching this Sweeney Todd trailer and then going to the theater and seeing it and being just pleasantly surprised that it was a musical. I like being maybe misled in a trailer.
Okay.
And to me, I don't think I've ever seen, I mean, obviously there's movies I've been disappointed in, but I've just never, like, looked at the trailer as any reason. Because to me, it's just a really good tool to see if I want to see a movie or not. Because if they're going to give me everything up front, there's probably nothing left to, like,
Well, this is, and
make me impressed.
for movies we're still on the fence about. Like, we'll watch a trailer for that, because if I'm going to go spend money in the theater to watch it, I want to.
But you're talking about, like, your
There's
fandom
rules.
stuff.
Yes,
There's rules
there are
to
rules.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, final season of Star Wars, the season 7.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to watch anything about it. Not a thing. Didn't want to watch a trailer. Didn't want to read anything.
This is for the Clone Wars,
The
the,
Clone Wars,
animated
yeah, sorry.
series.
Yeah.
And I won't say anything because if nobody's seen it, amazing.
I just finished it.
Just
the other
finished
day.
it.
Jeez.
I haven't been able to talk about it for like
I
4
watched
months.
those last 4 episodes over and over and over again. I know it well.
But it was amazing. And it's because I had no idea what direction they were even going to go.
Yeah. I can definitely see
It's
the
phenomenal.
benefit from it.
But
It was.
if we're not sure if we want to watch a movie or a show, and we watch one trailer and that does it for us, we won't watch another one because we're already in.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
We use them for what their purpose should be, as opposed to what they make it about, which is here's the plot. Have fun filling in the gaps whenever you get here.
Right.
That's
Just a real quick snippet on why trailers should not be that big of a thing. Smallville fans. If anybody was ever a fan of the show Smallville and you watched it while it was actually coming out on the CW, you will be able to empathize with these people not wanting to watch trailers, because every trailer for the next episode for 10 straight years made it look like this dude is going to fly. This next episode, Clark's going to fly. Is he going to be Superman then? And we were hook, line, and sinker for 10 years. And then at the very end, we kind of did cry a little bit.
Did he fly away?
We cried at the very end. Yeah, he opens up his shirt on a rooftop.
He had it on the whole time?
And then he jumps out, and we don't actually see him.
You don't actually see him be Superman.
Yeah, you just see
So
him
now that you
open it up. But then they came up with a comic series that was actually really good.
Oh, and
Yeah.
then Crisis on Infinite.
We're back.
Golem?
Back to the garbage.
Friends, you don't have any friends.
These don't have any powers. You gave them up for children's.
He's my favorite DC superhero. I love him.
Gollum? Yeah. I love it.
Super Golem.
It's a Gollum.
Trailers.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's-
I feel like people should know that a lot of our opinions and like things we will say
Yeah,
is
well,
going to come from the viewpoint that we haven't seen everything about
Right.
whatever topic it is.
It's really a different viewing experience for.
Correct.
I think very few people decide not to watch any
Yeah.
trailer. At least no one, because everyone we tell, it's like your reaction, like I like trailers.
Well, I just don't have enough self control. I mean, 'cause
it's tough.
If I wanted to like not spoil myself for Dune, because I'm
It's
really
tough.
excited
Yeah.
for the Dune movie, and I just can't wait for the trailer. I'm so excited for when that trailer
Let me tell you
drops.
the easiest way to do it: get rid of your phone for 2 years.
Oh, gosh.
Easiest thing in the world.
Wait,
That is dedication.
Didn't they just do one of those a few years back with the Rock in it?
Dune?
No.
Oh, Dune.
Dune. Yeah.
Dune.
Yeah.
Oh, not Doom Mama.
Right.
Okay, that was a bad movie.
You were close though.
Doom Mama
Yeah.
was what I was thinking.
Can I talk about a movie?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
After Marcus. Did he say yes? Can he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks,
Good.
Marcus.
Permission granted.
Yeah. Thanks. This movie is a Disney movie starring Star-Lord and Spider-Man.
What?
What?
Disney movie starring Star-Lord and Spider-Man teaming up together as brothers in the movie Onward. Yeah, I gotcha. I reeled you in, I spanked you on the bottom, and I threw you back out to sea.
I love that movie.
It's so good. Have you guys seen
No,
Onward?
I don't think so.
Disney Pixar's Onward.
No.
It's-
I think my nieces were watching it not too
It's-
long ago. It's like elves and stuff.
Well, the marketing, it's the marketing for it actually wasn't. It didn't seem as big as most DC or DC. See, I have my brains on DC now.
Well, because we're
DC
talking about
you guys had.
DC. That's all right.
Disney, the opposite side of it. The marketing for it, I didn't really notice much going on because Disney usually will put it all in your face, toys and blankets
Yeah.
and pillows and all this other stuff in
Underwear.
the store, underwear, plenty of it. And with this one, I don't know, not much marketing was on it, but the voice actors for it are Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, and they play elven brothers. And then the setting in it is kind of like it's a D&D type world,
Yeah.
but it's kind of in our time.
Modernized,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
modernized. And in this world, magic has kind of gone to the wayside because as technology grew, technology was doing all this work for them and they didn't need magic to do anything anymore. So it no longer became impressive, and they just, like, pretty much all of society has
The
put
classic-
magic as something, it's old, it's outdated, we
Yeah.
don't do it anymore. But the oldest brother, he's obsessed with RPGs, like tabletop RPGs and stuff like that. So he already loves the setting that he's in, which is strange. It's like this weird little meta thing to where
Right,
there's a
yeah.
character in this show that it's played out like an adventure that you take like in a role-playing game, like in a tabletop role-playing
Well,
game.
the only scene I saw, like I said, I was hanging out with my nieces one time and they were watching it, and the only scene I saw was him trying to. Well, maybe I shouldn't for people who haven't seen. I don't want to spoil anything. So.
Spoiler
I forget.
alert.
Well, yeah.
Spoiler
yeah.
alert.
Yeah, never mind.
Fast
never mind,
forward
y'all.
10
Never mind.
seconds.
There you
No,
go.
go ahead. They know.
That's okay.
I gave it to them. The spoiler alert. Go.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just the one of the characters was like appearing as someone else, like they were like cloaking themselves and looking like somebody else. What do you call that? A glamour.
Yeah.
A glamour.
That's exactly
yeah.
what it was.
And it was like kind of slowly fading away. It was really funny scene.
Because every time he would tell a lie.
Oh, it was. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do remember that now.
You can only be truthful when you're trying to deceive.
See?
Yeah. That's,
Anyway,
I'm an
so
honest man.
these two Elvin brothers, one of them's kind of the scrawny younger brother, and then the older brother is the stereotypical like loves rock and roll, but is also a nerd. I don't know. Their dynamic is quite opposite of one another. But their dad had died whenever Barley, that's Chris Pratt's character, whenever he was really young, and then Tom Holland's character Ian, he wasn't born yet, so he never got to meet him. So, but there's a recording of his dad like talking, and it's just his side of this video recording, and Ian is responding between the gaps to make it like it sounds like a conversation, but they never have had that conversation before.
Man.
Dude, it's like right off the bat, it lets you know like, oh, this is gonna be a sad one. I thought it was just elves and minotaurs and all this stuff, but no, this is gonna be sad. You have no idea how sad this movie is. It is much sadder than that, but it's also happy.
it has a lot of cool stuff in it, too.
It'll make you cry in every way you can.
It's like Grim Hope.
Yeah, grim hope.
The worst kind
Grim
of hope.
dank.
I'd rather have
Did
a
you say
new hope.
Grim Dank?
Yeah, grim dank.
That's my new favorite genre, and I don't even know what it is.
On
indica.
Ian's 6th grade birthday. On Ian's 16th birthday, he gets a gift from his mom. It was actually from his dad that was instructed to be given to him at a certain age. And it's a magical staff in this gym for it to be able to do spells. And there's instructions in it to be able to bring him back from the dead for one day.
Oh, wow.
So when they see that, and his brother Barley's super excited about it because magic staff, spell, all this stuff to
Dad.
him is like this, it's like it's not real, but it is real just because the world has advanced so much from the magic that Barley just sees it and he just gets super excited, and he's not sure about it. But so yeah, they end up being able to bring back the bottom half of the dad.
It's like a Weekend at Bernie's thing the entire time.
The
where
entire movie.
You got a stumbling legs dad who has no upper torso,
Yeah.
and they've like got implanted with like a tater sack up on top of him. It's fantastic.
For those not in the South, potato sack. But, so, hey, that's funny. But
I still
it's the lower
prefer
half of the
tater
character.
sack. I'm from the north. I'll take it.
They spend the remainder of the movie trying to find this gem to use the rest of the spell on the dad to bring him back. So, because they've only got half of him. They need the half that they can talk to. And their mom ends up going on her own adventure because the boys have gone on this dangerous mission to go find this gem to bring back half of their dad. And when the mom finds out about it, she tries to go find them to make sure that they're safe. So she has this entire separate adventure with another character from the movie,
The Manticore.
the Manticore, which is awesome. And then the two brothers are on their adventure together throughout the entire movie. And then the mom has a boyfriend. He's kind of like a stepdad figure to the kids, but it's just a boyfriend, and they don't really care much for him. It's like, you're not my real dad, like one of those things. But he shows so much care for them too. Like he's doing the best he can. Is one of the things with these two teenage boys that are absolutely difficult to handle. He's like, I'm just doing my best, and he's a police officer. That's who you saw them imitating, being the image that they made. Yeah. Yeah, the guys even run into like this gang of pixies. They're a biker gang. These little just pixies just ready to
I
fight
hate
anybody.
pixies.
Oh no!
I do.
Oh no, not pixie sticks, not the candy.
I
It's
hate
the
both.
mythical creature. Oh,
I ate pixie sticks because of pixies.
I didn't
Richard,
realize.
it's 2020, man. Come on.
Come on, get down with the pixie.
Yeah.
Pixie Mon from
Pixies ain't done
Digimon.
nothing
That's
to
what
you,
I
man.
hated the most.
The pink little ball.
Yep.
Oh,
With yeah.
angel wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Pixie-mon.
Pixie-mon from Digimon.
Oh,
You brought up
Digimon.
Pixies.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's
Sorry.
my fault. This is my
Continue.
fault. I'm gonna get back to Onward. The whole movie is about these two brothers going on an adventure together and finding out more about each other than they thought and the roles that they've played in each other's lives. I don't want to spoil the end because it's just so touching. Like it is.
I'll totally
it's my
watch it with
favorite
my nieces.
movie of this year and on my top 5 list of favorite animated films ever made. Like with Into the Spider-Verse taking that top spot, which I'm gonna spend an entire episode talking about that at some point.
I can't wait till Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see the first one.
It was what?
Me too.
I said I can't wait to see the first one.
You haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Nope.
Neither of you?
Nope.
Will
It's
you do
on.
that here?
Yeah, I said we should watch it
It's
together.
on my
Hurts
queue
me.
list.
I have it on the Blu-ray.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like those.
Yeah.
Ray who?
Blue.
Skywalker.
Oh no.
Please.
Ray Star Wars.
You ever tried to talk while holding your breath?
It's awful.
Have you? Try it. Go ahead.
Try it.
Let me finish.
Go onward, please.
Thank you. Oh boy.
Wow.
You just need to watch this movie about love and loss and longing, and it's everything I would ever want in a movie.
It's awesome.
And it's amazing. COVID actually impacted the sales of it a lot. Like, so the numbers are much further down than they would be. And only after 2 weeks after its theatrical release, it came out on Disney Plus.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it
And that's
already
how
out
I
there?
watched it. Yeah.
So it's still on. Yeah. Okay.
It's on Disney Plus. So I feel like it would have done a whole lot better money wise. Of course, if that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's an under the radar kind of movie because I still haven't seen like merchandise for it or anything.
At the same time, too, if it hadn't been for us having to watch it on Disney Plus like that, you might not have seen the movie, and it might not have brought you that joy because you're not going to just go spend money to go see something in theaters like that.
Yeah. On the iTunes movie thing, it was the second highest watched movie of that month. I think that it came out. So I mean, a lot of people were watching it at home, but as far as on its release, not many people knew about it. Yeah,
I'd never heard of it till now.
No. Okay.
It's a very good movie. You'll enjoy it.
Well, next time I think we're going to talk about 4 other things. Yeah, do you guys think that's a good idea?
I'm going to talk about what you chose. I liked it.
Good.
You had a good topic.
I just vetted you on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna
I'm
make
going
me
to
do
take
this
that
again?
next week.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to
the
do.
same one.
I'm going to do his next week.
Yeah, he's going to do mine.
Different perspective.
Okay, yeah. We
Yeah.
should both watch it.
You do it too.
We actually have a website now, and it is bestfriendstinyinc.com. It links you to both our Spotify for this show and the YouTube channel for our cooking show, Best Friends Tiny Kitchen. I still got to put these podcast episodes up on YouTube as well. But so yeah, you can go there and see us in all of our places, or we're on Twitter at Nerd Grapevine. Yeah,
That was
Is
it.
that what it is?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So thanks for joining us on
Thank you.
Nerd It Through the Grapevine.
And flatulence does pick up, even though your butt's away from the microphone.
It's debatable. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll see what a compressor does to that thing.
Or the editor. Who's
That's
I
no.
got a lot of
Try
work
some
ahead.
sound design.
I'm gonna close it down. I'm gonna shut her down.
All right.
Oh, he's shutting it down.
Remember, when life gives you grapes.
Nerd it. I don't know what to say.
That's so lame, but that's the end. That's what
it.
we have to go with.
Thank you.
That's what we have to finish with.
I hope you're happy with yourself.
Is something like stupid like that.
Nerd it.
You squeeze them.
No, that was
No.
nope. That was it.
No.
The whole start over. Start
Flip
at the
it.
beginning.
Flip it.
This sucks.
Flip it.